Let's do it. Hold up. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Where you at? Let's go, folks. Wait for y'all to get up in. Only take me a second, but I got it. I don't know where T at. I sent him the email. You ain't miss nothing. Y'all get in. We ready to start talking about these queens of confusion real quick. Let me make sure I sent Tori and then them the email. I'm gonna go send them the email. Give me a sec. I'm going live right now. All right, making sure everybody here. I sent the tutorial. At least they never get, so hopefully they got it. So I was listening to West Coast Cam video last night. I mean today. And I saw he said Queens got on Cube ass. I'm like, hold up. What they say? And then first of all, I wanted to know who these Queens was. It's somebody named Claudia Johnson, who I don't know. Somebody named Selena something, who I don't know. Vivica Fox, who I don't like. Lisa Ray, who I don't care about if it wasn't for Ice Cube. And supposedly, these the people, what's up, Black Beauty? These are people that's going to take Ice Cube to task. So I said, well, this is interesting. Let me see. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see who in the hell they got talking and what they talking about. So I'm gonna let y'all hear what's going on. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear everything. Give me a sec. All right, let's go.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, you.
Now, what's up? What's up, Lisa Ray? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you.
Good, good, good. How's everybody doing?
Yes, yes.
Good, good.
And we're also very appreciative of you taking the time to come talk to us here. I know everyone's trying to get a piece of you and talk to you and have you on their platform. So we definitely appreciate that. So thank you. I want to ask you just out the gate how you're doing. You know, how have you been coping with the pandemic, the civil unrest? These are, I mean, Black people have always been through trying times, but it's a little extra right now on top of our regular strip that's getting dick. We got another layer on top. You know, we got 10 on 20 right now. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, the pandemic, it hit everybody and caught everybody off guard. Thank God for D Nice, who spinning them records, man, and kept people just, you know, kind of, he kept our sanity, you know what I'm saying? And then the thing with George Floyd happened.
Yes.
Which shook everybody to our core. You know, when you hear a man, you know, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, you know, everything switched reels for me. And I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality, you know, not just equality on, you know, social issues, but economic equality, which is, you know, just as important.
Well, let's just jump right in then, Q, because I have been, you know, looking at some of the bites from your interview. You did an interview with Roland Martin, which helped me, I want to say, because I will say that when I first heard that you were supporting Trump, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, because you my boy. So I was like, I got a personal insight. I'm calling him correctly.
I didn't say I was supporting Trump. So
allegedly, right.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. That's what the bite, sound bite. Yeah. You know, that's why people gotta do their research. And I watched that interview.
Now, Corey Holcomb did the same shit last night. Accused Ice Cube of wanting to be of supporting Trump. Now, like I said, if they agreed with him, yeah, that's true. Now, that was the problem that I had. Like I said, that if these guys said, yeah, are you saying that you would have asked us to vote for them? There you go, Tori. Is he there?
Yeah, I think it took me out.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, see, I was basically saying, I had said the other day, my only problem with Cube meeting with Trump is that Trump's a liar, and we know that the motherfucker don't keep his word. So that was the time. I wouldn't have met with either side because to me, I would have been like, Biden, you insulted me, and Trump, you just tried to use me. But Cube said he wasn't worried about that. He was more worried about getting the plan out for us. So I respect that.
Yeah. And he didn't even meet with Trump. He met with who was that? It was some lady that was connected.
Katrina Pearson.
Yeah.
He met with somebody else, he said. Some guys called him. He didn't even meet anybody from what he said on Chris Cuomo. He said they called him, and Katrina Pearson got to speaking out of pocket about it. She was like, that chick, I ain't even meet her. So I remember him saying that from Chris Cuomo. But Corey Holcomb and Lisa Ray just did it too. Keep saying that he met with Trump. We gotta get that shit out of the air first.
Yeah. Because he said that he didn't meet with Trump, and Trump didn't even come. Even 45 didn't come out and say that he met with him. He probably said that he met with his people, and people took it. And this is the only thing that I had, and I never said this, but this is the issue that I have, is that you have people on both sides, whether they're Democrat or Republican, saying that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he didn't say or come out and say that he was a Trump supporter. He just said that he was trying to get his plan out there. And he even said that he went to the Democrats first, and they told him that they'll look at it after the election. And that rubbed me the wrong way, because it's almost like he's at the DMV and telling him to take a number and we'll call you when you're ready. How do you know y'all gonna win?
Exactly.
That was very arrogant for you to say. Like, how are you gonna say that you don't even know if you won the election? Because what happens if he met with you and went with you and you don't win?
Exactly. That was totally insulting right there, T. To just let me blow you off, nigga. Look, If we win, I'll talk to you, nigga. Sure, nigga. I'll talk to you if we win. Now vote for me and shut up. Nah, I ain't going for that either.
And don't forget that Joe Biden said that if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Like, how do people keep missing that part? It's like people are willingly giving this guy a pass just because they don't like Trump. Like, look, man, Twitter. I know you. I think you said you're not on Twitter no more. Like, Twitter like kicked you off, right?
Yeah.
Whew. These last couple days on Twitter have been chaotic, and that might be saying it lightly.
I've been trying to tell people. I'm gonna tell you why that is. Because people are not making a. Now we already know. I already know you don't fuck with the orangutan. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But when people see that you talk about Biden before Trump, they think you stopping for Trump because they with the. We only got two choices. Right. That's why I always preface. Fuck both of them all the time. I always start with fuck both of them. I'm not about to vote for a cracker who told the Proud Boys to stand down and stand by. And I'm not about to vote for a cracker that locked my uncle up for 18 years. Now, when you put it that way, nobody can argue with you. You gotta always put it both of them, and that's the mistake Cube made.
Right.
You gotta put both of them. Look, you can't sauce you and say, "I'm willing to work with everybody." Nah, off the break you go. Look, at one point, Satan met with Jesus. Hey, that's how you gotta say it. At one point, Satan met with Jesus just to tell him in his face, you ain't got no power over me. And that's all I did. I sat with Satan to tell him he ain't got no power.
Exactly.
But let's finish listening to this shit because this shit is rich.
Yeah, this is my first time really listening to the really listening. I only heard a little bit.
I heard it all this morning. That's what made me want to go in.
And I heard you break it down to why you were involved, why you met with both sides, and when you got involved, which was not just recently. And so when I said, what contract was he talking about? This contract of Black America, like, what is that? Where did it come from? I did not know. So
So look, I'm stopping right there. So that's Lisa Ray airhead ass.
Yeah, I can tell that was her.
Knew what the contract with Black America was.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we already talk about that when Q put it out? You don't remember talking about that when he put it out, Tori? When he put out the contract with Black America? Yeah. I remember you doing a video about it. I remember a lot of people doing videos about it. This bitch just said she didn't even know what it was. So how did she get to form an opinion on him talking to or about Trump to Black people?
They just they just pulling out scenarios from every hole in their body and seeing where it sticks at on the wall.
That's what it sounds like.
And like I said before in the chat before we started this one up, I said it's mob mentality. Notice every platform that Cube has gone on, it seemed like he was being ganged up on, whether it been on with this one right here or when he was on Roland Martin. Shoot, you can even say the same thing with Chris Cuomo because he kept talking over him.
Exactly.
And then they wonder why a lot of Black men are starting to float to the other side. Because, and I actually just posted this up on my Twitter account. I said, quiet as it's kept, and many people won't tell you this. Many Black men who are quote unquote voting for Trump don't even support him, but they're doing it out of spite because the Democrats have given them their ass to kiss for so long.
Yeah, but that's stupid. See, that's dumb. To me, that's dumb. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. That's some bitch shit. I'm going to spite you and vote for them. So you still voting for nothing Now you just voting out of spite. That's some woman shit. That's not no real excuse for that. So you gonna vote? Look, the Peckerwood just steady talking about law and order and putting the smack down on these niggas, and you gonna vote for him too? Come on, he's openly talking about putting the smack down on you. That's just some sadomasochism shit. But yeah, that's some sadomasochism shit to me. You gonna vote for Trump out of spite? Okay, what do we get from that as black people? What do we get as look as a black man? Then they get to throw that shit on you
because they probably
huh?
Because they figure, look, they gonna lose either way. There was a hashtag that was floating around on Twitter called "Blame Black Men." Now it was made in joke because of something that Jamel Hill had put out there, and I'm gonna roast her tomorrow, because you know when it comes down to this election, they gonna find a way to blame us either way. Oh, Joe Biden didn't win, it's our fault. Oh, Trump got in, it's still our fault. They gonna pull that same thing that they did back in 2016.
Hey,
I said none of them know how to read a decent exit poll.
Toya, I don't give a fuck. You can go ahead and say, look, you can blame me for whatever, but when I say I didn't vote, how stupid do you sound? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can blame me for whatever, but if I go, motherfucker, I never ever voted a day in my life. So what can you blame me for again? Exactly. So that's my point. Going to vote for Trump because you mad at the Oh, so these the niggas because they mad at their girlfriend to go fuck the fat girl that work at the grocery store that got herpes. Cause they mad at their girlfriend. Nah, that's some feminine weak. That ain't even feminine. That's some motherfucking hood rat shit. These niggas need to come off of that. But let's finish this shit.
Think of things that I don't know. I automatically assume that a whole lot of people out there don't know. So I would want you to educate me as well. So what did make you go to the?
Hold up, bitch. Did this bitch say is shit that? Did Lisa Ray McCoy just say the shit she don't know? She assume everybody don't know. Bitch.
They're a bunch of airheads.
We knew your husband was moist.
You talking about the Prince?
I talk about Dwayne Martin. I'm talking about Dwayne Martin.
I didn't know he was married. I knew he's married to Tisha Campbell.
What you talking about?
Dwayne Martin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. The Prince started fucking around with Dwayne Martin, didn't he?
Listen.
Blamed Dwayne Martin for their relationship breaking up.
I did hear about that, but that's as far as I heard. That's as far
She blamed Dwayne Martin for their relationship breaking up. That's right. You're right. Tisha Campbell and Dwayne. She blamed Dwayne Martin for the Prince leaving her. Yes.
And speak with them.
Well, what happened was, there was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain, and they got to pay up too. They owe us reparations as well in some shape or form. So it was nothing. I was looking around. I'm like, damn, where is the document? Where is the ask? What are we asking for as a people across the board that deals with not only police brutality, but all our needs? So I started working on it myself with, some smart people I know. We end up getting, economists involved, people like Derek Hamilton. We started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need.
Blue Bolt, if you shut up, they listening to it right now. Black Reality, pay Blue Bolt no mind. Blue Bolt is a little slow sometimes. You listening to the interview right now.
This is so anybody Black could look at our document and say, yeah, support this, support, some of the things that we have. Now, I'm not a politician, and I shouldn't be the one to have to put this thing together. We've had politicians in place for a long time, and they haven't come up with something like this. So I was surprised, but that didn't stop me. And we put that together July 1st, and we revamped it about, let me get the timeline. And we revamped it July 19th. And from then, people wanted to interview me about it. So I went on just promoting the contract with Black America, hoping to be contacted by any of the politicians saying, this is a great idea. Everybody that I would show would say, oh, these are great ideas. This is common sense. This is things that should be in place already, but they're not. So I was just kind of saying, okay, we're going to start an initiative, and I'll make a long story short. I was just going up, basically saying, okay, we're going to go after the private sector. We're going to go after the banks. We're going to go after Hollywood. We're going to go after the people that we know got their hands in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? So then we started to get contacted from the Democrats on September 8th. And then we started talking to them. Then we got contacted by the Republicans. So that's when the ball started rolling then. So it's not just like I just jumped into anything. I mean, I just did the contract, and then people started to contact me, not the other way around. I was hoping the Democrats would be all over me. But, that wasn't the case. And I understand it wasn't like I was throwing a fit. I just was like, okay, we're going at the private sector. And then the Republicans contacted me. And to me, if you're speaking for Black people, you should speak to whoever is in power or about to be in power.
And I think you had a statistic, and you said something about there has been 7,000 Black people elected, and you felt like in offices for us, and you felt like they ain't made a change. We've not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board with you? Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on the
I want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 Black elected officials that have been in office. Right, to say that they've done nothing. Yeah, but
why not, Tori?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
For those who didn't get that, I'm gonna go back real quick. I want y'all to hear this.
In the front line and have everybody come on board with you. Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on.
I want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 Black elected officials that have been in office. Right, to say that they've done nothing. Yeah, because I think that is, I think that's a slippery slope to walk down.
Okay, explain to me what the 7,000 politicians have done for us that have been in office. I got Tori, I got a lot of smart people in the chat room, and I got you on. Hopefully Lisa and them come through. Somebody explain to me What am I missing? What exactly happened for Black people specifically with 7,000 Black people in office? What happened for us?
Just symbolism. I had made a statement a couple of years ago where I said that I had believed that white people love symbolism the most. I take that back. I think we as a collective have far outpaced them when it comes to the symbolism thing. On all fronts. And then it's pointless symbolism at that. It's like nothing that can really get us anything. Wow, you got someone here. I'll give you an example. They in California, they just I forgot what position he got, but he's like the first Black man who's a part of the academy who got some kind of position. Okay, what does that do for the state of California or whatever it is he's representing?
What does that do for the Black people?
Exactly.
Is that saying that now that he is the first Black one, everyone after will be Black?
Or that everyone that he puts into a position, will they be beneficial of some type?
Will they be Black? We had a Black president. We had a white supremacist vice president. We had a white supremacist secretary of state. We had a half-white who didn't do nothing for us attorney general. Then we had a Black woman who ain't do nothing for us attorney general. We had Susan Rice, who was a racially ambiguous Black. We had all types of Rahm Emanuel. We had all types of white folk in charge when we had a Black man in office. Outside of Marion Barry,
right?
I don't know I don't know out of these 7,000. Marion Barry is dead, so I'm not including him. But let's be honest. Now that Marion Barry is dead, we've had other Black mayors, and now we're gentrified out of the city.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what I love. What's her name? Maxine Waters. She been there in Compton trying to do the most she can. And what has it got us in Compton? Gentrified. I'm sorry. We got to tell the truth. Shame the devil.
Because as we saw with a lot of progress has been made. It's not as simple as you get elected and bam, you can make all the changes one day. Right.
She just said it ain't as simple as bam, you get elected, all these changes are made. Well, it seemed like that soon as Trump got elected, it was travel bans, tax changes, healthcare attack. They tried to redo the wall. Whether they built it or not, don't mean they ain't try. Police was off the Richter. What do they mean? They keep acting like when Obama got elected, he didn't have the House and the Senate. He chose to work on healthcare. Like he couldn't do healthcare and the jobs bill at the same time. He couldn't do everything.
But he did though. He helped out the academy. Same-sex marriage.
That's right. He worked simultaneously. Yep, he worked on gay marriage. He worked on the Dreamers Act. He worked on bailing out the bank and bailing out the auto industry. He worked on the healthcare bill. And niggas, you got to see him do that and say he looked like you.
And also he signed that Blue Lives Matter bill in 2015. That was probably one of the last biggest bills that he did before he left office.
Black people. Hold up, but this is what I ain't like. They beat Cube down. Listen,
I've been in office to say that they've done nothing. Yeah, because I think that is I think that's a slippery slope to walk down, because as we saw with a lot of progress has been made. It's not as simple as you get elected and bam, you can make a.
That's Vivica Fox weave head ass talk about a lot of progress.
she made me mad the most because, you know, I'm a good reader of body language. And when I was looking at just like screenshots of her or like little clips with just her, I kept my eyes on her. The facial expressions that she was making pissed me off.
This. Watch this. Let me see if I could, if I'm smart enough to learn how to flip the screen. Let me see. God damn it, how do you flip the screen? Because I want people to see.
It doesn't have a share screen button on there.
Is that what it is, share screen?
It should be share screen.
Okay. Well, I don't think I could share screen on my phone. Look, I want you to see this bitch face though, y'all. Y'all need to see what Torian is talking about. That's Vivica Fox, y'all. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, she kept making that face.
You see that?
It was like one of those faces where a woman will say, like, nigga, please. That's basically what she was giving off.
She was doing that the whole
time.
Interview. The whole interview. That's all you saw was Vivica Fox with the stain in her face.
The changes one man. Why?
I never said that 7,000 people, black people, have never did anything. I said that since the 60s, there's been over 7,000 black politicians elected in prominent positions. In our situation, you know, as far as the wealth gap hasn't changed. We've flatlined from the 60s to now. We have not gained or closed the wealth gap. So that's the major problem.
Now, first of all, he could have stuck by his guns and said 7,000 politicians have did nothing, Tory. He could have stuck by his guns. He could have said, well, okay, in the 60s, you had people rioting in the streets about racism because police was killing the Black Panthers and just regular people unarmed and nobody was getting punished. Now, can you tell me how that's different today?
No change.
He could have stuck by his guns when he said 7,000 politicians have done nothing for us. We was arguing about Brown versus Board of Education back then. And guess what? Our kids are still undereducated, still segregated, still in the poor schools. He could have stuck by his guns when he said 7,000 politicians have done nothing for us or our interests or our plight. When you look at the fact that black home ownership took a huge hit during the Bush administration when they was doing these loan schemes and loan scams, and it ain't came back. And he could have talked about the wealth gap. And so right there, Torian, I had a whole problem, bro. I said, man, what the fuck is going on? This is a whole ambush.
Exactly. That's why I said it was mob mentality. And then you got to think he was the only guy up there. The only.
But Brody, it only gets worse.
Trust and know. And it's one part in that whole segment that I'm waiting for. It's one part in particular.
Me too. This is the whole reason we doing the video. So y'all listen. That's why I say I'm gonna break all this shit down. But it gets worse.
I understand we got a lot of people, you know, working hard for progress. That the facts are it hasn't happened in the traditional way. So that's why I want to break the mold.
So I was going to say, first of all, you know, there's this whole cancel culture that we have. First of all, anybody canceling no damn Ice Cube. Let me just say that first out the gate. This is NWA.
Thank you.
He was the first to say fuck the police, so go sit down. Nobody's canceling Ice Cube, and if you are canceling, that's fucking stupid. Second of all, I do think that it is very good that you are taking an initiative to, and I like how you say bipartisan, because that means both parties. This is for both parties. We want both parties to jump onto this. This is not just, oh, this person, that person. We want everybody to grab a hold on to what African American people need singularly. And I remember we talked about this on cocktails, and when Lisa Ray, when you asked the question before, you were like, well, who's going to do something? Who's going to lead singularly for African Americans? Now, I do know that there have been tons of initiatives. CDC has initiatives all the time, Congressional Black Caucus, the Nation of Islam, right here, National Agenda. They've had an entire agenda that happened right after the Million Man March. It was presented to, what's the name? The president that was in Clinton. It was presented to the Clinton administration. So we have tried. There has been trying going on. But one thing I do like about your initiative is that it is singular to Black people. That wealth gap is a fool, and it does need to be fixed immediately. But here's my question. I watched you on the Black Report the other day, on Friday, and they asked you, hey, Q, what do you think about, when you see the Black man march, and how does that make you feel? And you said something that was really profound and stood out to me. You said, you know what? I wish that Black people and Black men could watch this over again and get back to this, because when you said, even myself, we need to get back to this type of unity, this type of connecting. And so my thing is, let's say whoever gives office, it ain't gonna matter. The initiative is set, and then it's like, nothing's happening, or something is happening, whatever, it's there. Now, let's say they give us all the $500 billion that we asked for. Do you honestly think, and I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to catch nobody up in there, I'm just asking like a real question. With the state of how our community is already broke, how we already have PTSD, how we already are not connecting already interculturally with infrastructure of African Americans in general, is just jammed up, with or without money. Do you think, and what could be the process of once we get this money?
This chick, this Selena.
Yeah, Selena Johnson. I knew it was, I could tell by her voice.
This bitch just babbling. But
exactly.
Into our communities and really being able to allocate it where it makes sense and matters, and what's going to be necessary for that to happen. And
I know why she did that. I know why she's babbling.
Why?
Because she's trying to go all over the place to throw him off.
And she damn sure did go everywhere. Because I was like, what is this bitch point?
Said on the show about the Million Man March was the fact that it was the Million Man March, but it was a day of atonement. It was a day where we were gonna bury the hatchet with each other. It was the day when we were supposed to go back to our neighborhood kind of as new people and try to, make things better. And, it just didn't happen the way, we all envisioned it. But that don't mean we can't start. We do need financial help in our communities, but we also gotta make a commitment to ourselves to clean up ourselves. It do start with the person in the mirror. You can't deal with the white man out here until you deal with the white man in there. You see what I mean? So you have to clean up. We have to clean up ourselves. We've been poisoned by this society. We've been poisoned by trying to live like the people who've had us oppressed, and what they are attracted to, we're attracted to. We got to come out of that. We got to be our own people with our own flavor, our own style, our own morals, and we got to flip it. I'm not Mr. Holy. I'm guilty of it too. So it's something we all have to start doing to clean ourselves up. But I think the key is to try to get the money in the hands of people who are doing things, who are trying to be on the right side, the progressive people, the people who are business owners, people who want to own homes, people who want to beautify their homes so it isn't just gentrified, so it's things where we can get money into responsible people's hands, and hopefully they'll hire the community to teach the community. They'll use the community to hopefully clean the community up. I also think the government has a job too. Why you use the armies just to come in and put guns on us and make sure we're not protesting? Why you don't use the armies to come fix fences and roofs and paint walls and do things to beautify the neighborhood? It's like they got to rethink how government works for the people, and they're not going to do it using the same old ways. You're going to have to push them. You're going to have to find pressure points, and you're going to have to use leverage when it's time.
Now, what out of that didn't make sense right there, y'all? What right there?
Selena Johnson was probably mad as hell that he was able to answer all of her rambling.
Right. All of that rambling she just said got countered with nothing but common sense. One, why does of course, we need to take some personal responsibility, and basically what he was trying to say was get on code so things can work right for us. Then he said the government obviously has a responsibility when they can easily call them to pull guns on us. Why can't they come fix water mains, help make sure water supplies are better? Hey, don't they have to set that up in other countries? Why not have the National Guard help around communities when you flood the drugs in from them, and then you send the government floods the drugs into your community, then bring the National Guard there to stomp out the drugs they put in it. Yeah, Shay, because that was the biggest point.
I just got to make a quick statement, though, Q.
Go ahead.
If the administration that is in there right now hasn't done it for the past 3.5 years, what do you think is going to make them start in the next 4 years that they are given more and given more during the pandemic? I know you got to take a break, hold that thought, but I just got to ask that and make that statement, because you can't make them owe them all of that, and they've been there for 3.5 years. So
yeah, I ain't trying to make them do nothing. So
we don't need them to do something. We're going to trust them to do it.
Hold on, guys. We got to take a quick break. I definitely want to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about.
Did you hear how she came in?
Very, very good point.
Oh, that was vivid.
I know that's what I was talking about. Did you hear how the first time we hear her talk, hear her tone, and how she came in? It came in like she came in like ready to spit venom.
She did that the first time. No, you can't say they ain't do nothing. Now, come on now. Say, come on now. And then this right here. So what make you think? Well, why didn't you say, well, okay, well, why didn't you say that we were saying that same thing about Barack Obama when we were about to reelect him? I was saying that. I was like, y'all still gonna vote for him. What? I was like, well, I mean, honestly, he ain't do shit for us the first 4 years, like I said he wasn't gonna do, and he not gonna do shit for you the next 4 years. And they need to stop lying and saying that black people wasn't asking for him to do something.
Right, exactly.
Corey Holcomb lying. Tavis Smiley and them did have a program. They sat up there with Minister Farrakhan and gave out a list of things that Barack Obama should be doing for the black community. Remember, Cornel West tried to come up there. That motherfucker told them shut up. Everybody told them shut up. Steve Harvey got on the radio and told them shut up, stop hate. Al Sharpton wasn't asking and told Cornel to shut up and stop hating. He started asking during the last few years, and that nigga damn near lost his TV show. The only person that was asking Obama to do something was a white guy, Ed Harris. He was the only person hold anybody who held Obama feet to the fire to do something for his own people. Seriously, anybody who held Obama feet to the fire lost their job. Think about it. Tavis Smiley. You start seeing Cornel West was everywhere. Then Cornel West was nowhere once he started questioning Obama.
And that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Then you start noticing white people start losing their job. Shit, Cenk Uygur before the Young Turks was MSNBC. He lost his job because of criticizing Obama. The cracker that used to be on ESPN with the glasses. What's his name? What is his name? He criticized on Obama and lost his job. He used to work ESPN. Then he became a serious motherfucking MSNBC reporter.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his job. Like I said, Ed Harris. Yeah, Chris Oberman. That's his name. He lost his job. So anybody who went hard body on Obama for him not being quote unquote liberal enough, he lost his job. So these motherfuckers is a bunch of wig wearing mammies, and they need to get up off this bullshit. Now let's keep going, because it's a spot where me and Torian gonna really cook. If y'all haven't heard this, y'all gonna hear it.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody in the chat who hasn't heard it, because this is the part right here, but I didn't hear the whole thing. But this part, everybody kept emphasizing.
Everybody's going to catch this.
About the military, but this current administration is using the military to enforce their own agenda, and we want to talk about that. So let's take a quick break. A lot of gems are being dropped here. We'll be back with more cocktails with the
Hold up, Soren. Right there. I gotta go back to you for your point. I want to hear what you got to say on this right here. Let me see. Maybe I can. Okay. There we go. Right there. All right. Torian Rain, go. Can you see that?
She looks. See, there's that face again. That's that face I keep talking about. That, you know, that. Well, that I also chalk that up to too much Botox. Because, you know, she definitely had some work done over the years when she didn't need to. But
the bitch know how to smile, T. I've seen when she was some white dude with a wig slapped on top of her head. She when there's some old ratchet shit and she got some motherfucking horse hair glued up on top of her old ass head, she but now with brother Ice Cube in front of her, this what she got, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
This what she got. I just wanted people to just see that right quick. Because y'all gonna keep saying, me and Tori wasn't lying. You see that the whole interview.
She just mad because the last movie she was in, she got killed in, and that was Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Yeah. She do look like Cynthia G now, don't she, y'all? Next she gonna say, beta male.
And some very legit questions here. Before we went to break, you asked about if the current administration has not done it in 2.5 years, why now is this massive push with 2 weeks before the election? I understand our chief, we've been working with this since June, July, but we're hearing about it now. So it looks really, I think it looks very, like, I feel like
Did you hear this bitch say you've been working with this since June or July, but we just saying this now? Again, mischaracterization. Mm-hmm. Stupid heads. June or July is when the contract with Black America came out, when we were all locked in the house and Cube started speaking up on what was going on with the black people in the middle of the street. Y'all was still sitting there probably talking about gossip in shit that did not
You know
matter.
you know what it also boils down to? It's also the fact not only because he's a black man, that's a given, but also because of his career. Like, look at the stuff that he talked about throughout his career when he was rapping and everything. Like before he became an actor, they keep basing it off of old Ice Cube, and that's all they see. Like they basically doing the same thing that Simone Sanders did to Uncle Luke. What was it, last year, when he had an opinion about Kamala Harris, and she came all the way from left field and talking about this is why black men shouldn't have an opinion on politics or something like that, because he had a factual opinion about it too, not realizing that this guy dabbled in politics himself. And Simone, you just got here when people went in on her, and rightfully so. And ever since that day, I've been on her head.
Yeah, you should be. Tennis ball head, bitch.
That's linebacker built.
Yeah, Dr. Crusher. Motherfucker.
Don't, and I know this isn't your intention, but I feel like, you know how they use us all the damn time. You know what I mean?
I mean, both sides use celebrities, but check this out. The thing is this: I'm not here saying he gonna do anything, but he didn't make a promise to me. He made a campaign promise to the world, so he's on record for that. Now, we wanted Joe Biden on record. He has a plan, but I don't know if his plan really pinpoints black people. So we want a plan that pinpoints black people. We don't know if any of them are going to do it. But when you have a person on record as a campaign promise, you have more to go at him with, because he's told the world this is what he's going to do. And if he doesn't deliver, he looks bad to everybody. Now, why hasn't dude done it in 3 years? I don't know. Nobody's been pressing him. Everybody's been like, he's the boogeyman, run. And nobody's been pressing him on behalf of black people, because we've been just waiting for Democrats to get back in.
I do not agree with you on that statement. There has been a lot of people that have asked him, what about the wall? What about the kids?
Did this bitch say, this is Vivica, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
This is Vivica talking about what about the wall? What about the kids in cages?
That's
what is
that? You about to say the same thing I was about to say. That's not our issue.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
I understand that.
I'm not going to give him no plus signs
whatsoever.
That.
But check this out. I'm talking about pressing him.
Did you hear that?
To black people. These are.
That bitch said, I ain't gonna give him no plus sign.
No, but did you hear how she responded to that when Q said, "Look, check me out"? She said, "What?"
Yeah,
like she's talking to this guy like he's a child.
Everybody's been like
deep in her,
and nobody's been pressing him on behalf of black people, because we've been just waiting for Democrats to get back in.
I do not agree with you on that statement. There has been a lot of people that have asked him, what about the wall? What about the kids? I mean, there's a lot of things.
I understand that.
I'm not going to give him no plus signs whatsoever.
But check this out. I'm talking about.
There it is. What?
Tory.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all, we gonna get to the good part, right? But I got to, because Tory brought it up. Look, he brought it up. Look at her face after she said it.
Yep, it looked like she just said it.
This is every hood rat chick you ever broke up with, black men. I want you to keep in mind, none of these bitches is married, I don't think. Hold up, I think Claudia is. We know she not. We know she not. This bitch here, look at the face she making. Keep in mind, I think the only person married right there.
Right. Yeah, Cube is the only one who's been in a long-standing relationship with a solid family. And I think Cube is like the only one, if I'm not mistaken, with kids. No, I think Lisa Ray got a kid.
Lisa Ray, I think, got kids.
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that. He's the only one with a solid family. He's the only one with a nuclear family. We'll leave it at that. We know the other ones don't have it.
This is what's gonna make what we hear a little later that me and Torian is waiting for, just that much more despicable, y'all. This is what's gonna make what you gonna hear that much more despicable.
Pressing him to give things to Black people. These are country issues. I'm talking about Black people pressing him to give things to Black people. Everybody treated him like the boogeyman. Nobody would go and press him to give things to Black people. The stuff that he's doing to the rest of the country, I understand that, but we raggedy. We got to get our. We have to press any president that ends up winning. We have to press, or it's not going to work. We can't just press one side.
He says when we do press them that the other people are fine people. I mean, is that right? I mean, and he won't denounce the people that hurt us and suppress us. And then the policeman had his neck over somebody's neck for 9 minutes. He never support them.
I'm not here to fight about what he did, what he didn't do. Is he a good white man? Is he a bad white man? To me, they pretty much all the same. So,
pause it right quick. Pause it right quick. Interesting point that he said there when he says, "I'm not here to argue if he's a good white man or a bad white man," because the same thing could be said about Joe Biden.
Yeah,
but they will overlook it because they hate Trump that much.
Yep. They literally say that about Joe Biden when they tell you about the crime bill.
Mm-hmm.
So say, well, you don't know what's in his heart. Well, you know, I mean, you gotta live. That's what niggas say. They just go, no, Trump is worse. So they not here to argue that Joe Biden is a good white man or a bad white man.
Mm-hmm.
All they're gonna argue to you, man, he worse than Donald Trump. Well, what Cube's argument is, well, to me, both of them bad, just in different ways. One of them lied to you with a smile. The other just tell you he not gonna do something. Well, what if that one who tell you he not gonna do something in a position where he need you to get what he want done?
Mm-hmm. And Anti-Hero just made a good statement in the comments. He said Lisa Ray better not break bad on Cube. He made her a star. I forgot. She was in the Players Club, which really elevated her career, which was a Ice Cube movie.
Exactly. And y'all, I want y'all to notice she's trying to keep quiet. Okay? She's trying to keep quiet.
Let me tell you something. Listen, as petty as I am, if I was in Ice Cube position and Lisa Ray came at me the way that Vivica's coming at him right now, I would have been the one that says, just kind of broke conversation. I said, I'm the one that made you a star or off your career. That would have shut her. Like, she would have sat right back and probably turned off her camera.
No, but again, bro, we waiting. Look, we still giving them teases. We lead me that we want y'all to show. We doing this Jason Black, Professor Black Truth style.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna show y'all all the ways that these fuckers are dirty and disgusting and have no morals and no motherfucking desire to do anything for our community. Because if they did, the shit that they trying right here would not be tried. No, just come on, let's keep going.
The policeman had his neck over his neck for 9 minutes. He never supported them.
I'm not here to fight about what he did, what he didn't do. Is he a good white man? Is he a bad white man? To me, they pretty much all the same. So now,
I don't agree with that.
That said,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
But look,
that's Claudia Johnson talk about she don't agree with they pretty much all the same. Mm-hmm. So that's Claudia Johnson putting on her tap shoes. She said that's Claudia Johnson way of saying all white peoples ain't bad.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said. That's why I said what he said sounded like something you would say.
Claudia Johnson out here talking about all white peoples ain't bad. We is our own worst enemy.
She had to slip that in there. She said, "Because I still got a check to collect from
Damn right.
from those good from Massa."
She like the coon train is coming. Coon train is coming.
She about to be in first class.
Damn right. Conductor.
We've had all kind of presidents, and our situation hasn't changed. So that's why I said you're pretty much all the same when it comes to a president and dealing with our situation.
Also, I gotta ask this question. Because you're on the show with cocktails with the queen.
Look at this bitch right here, Tori. Tori, look at your girl, Tori. Look at your girl.
You can make a lot of. That's the one. That's the one I kept seeing. The one with the hand with the head rested in the hand with the finger. Like that's the face right there that I kept seeing. That's the one I was waiting on.
And I think Cube can see it because now Cube got the ill will face on. That's the ill will on battle rap face. He look like, bitch, I'm too late. Hey, well, oh my goodness, y'all. This is horrible.
And the crazy thing is, we still haven't gotten to that part yet.
We still ain't got to the.
It's coming.
Bad as it is, we ain't got to the worst part.
Reason for that, it wasn't to have you defend or not defend Donald Trump. It was about, I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women, and it's not. We're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America.
When you mention Black people, you mentioned Black women, so don't count yourself out.
No, that's what Black administration say that when they
Black women are not included in Black.
There it is. That's the part.
That is not Lisa Ray, neither. These three, let me show y'all. Now, this is what I'm asking. All the queens that watch me, this down with LVZ. These three.
Claudia.
These three, listen. Let's go back. Put the spotlight on that monkey ass. These don't play.
When it comes to president and dealing with our situation.
Also, I gotta ask this question. Because you're on the show with cocktails with the queen. And there's a reason for that. It wasn't to have you defend or not defend Donald Trump. It was about, I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women. And it's not, we're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And
when you mention Black people, you mention Black women. So don't count yourself out.
That's what Black administration say that when they
Black women are not included in Black people.
No,
who the only person just said
That's the part. That's the part right there. To everyone in the chat, that's the part we're talking about.
That all in the contract with Black America. And
when you mention Black people, you mention Black women. So don't count yourself out.
Black administration say that when
Black women are not included in Black people.
No,
Okay, I apologize to Lisa Ray McCoy. Queen, thank you for keeping it solid. I will do a whole nother video apologizing to Lisa Ray, the only person that wasn't off code.
Lisa Ray, when they was talking like that, you could tell by her facial expressions that she looked uncomfortable.
Watch this. She don't like this. I apologize, Lisa Ray. I apologize. I'm not, see y'all? Y'all see? I ain't scared to say when I'm wrong, goddammit.
Yeah, she said she looked so, you can tell by her face, she looked like she ate something bad or smelled something bad the minute that Claudia came out of the side of her neck with that part. Like, where did that come from he said this is for black people. How did black women get separated from the pack?
Let's listen to it again, T, and we're gonna go through it because it ain't done. They're gonna push it again.
Also, I gotta ask this question. Because you're on this show with cocktails with the Queen. And there's a reason for that. It wasn't to have you defend or not defend Donald Trump. It was about, I care about what's in the contract with Black America for women. And it's not, we're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And
I mean, when you mention black people, you mention black women. So that's a set.
The administration said that when they mention
black women are not included in black people.
no, that's what you're saying. It's like when the president says minority, then he's including black people. But we all know that that's not the case. Black women have specific needs that are not also being met. And we also feel that there should be some things that are specific to us and our plight as well.
Like, like what?
Exactly. And she said specific to our plight as well. So it's almost like they're trying to double dip. It's almost like they want the plight of black people as a collective, meaning men, women, children, as well as something separate for just the women. Can you say greedy, gluttony, selfish, inconsiderate?
No. Can you say you got a self-complex issue if you think that when he wrote that, all he thought about was men? Ice Cube don't got a mother. He don't got a wife this so this. He might even got a daughter. He might got a niece. I know he got a sister.
Mm-hmm.
All of them heard the contract with Black America. Hey, whether she's a stud or not, it was a woman that helped come up with some of it. What? So the question Cube needed to ask was, okay, what needs of y'all did I miss? But I want y'all to hear what he does, and I want y'all to hear what they do. And I want y'all to see this bitch with the onion grill with this wig glued up on her fool ass head. The only bitch thing, what Jason Black say, you got to watch out for these old niggas. Yeah, I know, baby. I know. She old and bitter.
And
I understand that.
I feel like as a good man, you can leave.
No.
I feel like
I just offered y'all to write a section up for it. I just said I don't mind if you guys help us write a section. I've been open to all kind of experts in putting this together. It wasn't just me. We dealt with experts in all fields of this contract with Black America. So we're willing to deal with experts in the section when it comes to women. So that's no problem.
okay,
I'll help you write it.
Say you do get the money. How soon do you think your plan is going to go into effect?
Pause it right quick again. She's making me mad. Her tone. If you can, what did she say? If you can get this plan in motion. Yeah, say you get the money. How soon do you think you can get this plan in motion? Vivica, would you ask that of any other person that's not Ice Cube?
But what Ice Cube just say that was poignant. I'm not getting 1/4. It's not my money.
Yeah, he's doing that for us.
This is for Black people.
Right.
This is for people without money.
Exactly. And that's the gripe that they have. That's why they had to throw that part in there about Black women. Just know he's doing this for Black people, Black women included, but they're mad because they may not be included. Because they're at a certain tax bracket. Even if they're not making the type of money that they probably once were, they're in a tax bracket that's above us.
Look at what all the got to say. Look what all my queens got to say right here. Look at what all my queens got to say right here. Look at what my queens got to say. Look at what the queens got to say in here. The queens already know when a bitch throwing shade. They already know. They already know Cube ain't talking off code. Look, the reason sisters come to this channel, because it's a man that ain't talking no goofy shit and ain't talking off code. And they don't mind, even if they don't agree with everything I say, hearing what I have to say. What you see right here is people who are the opposite of that. And Lisa Ray stuck in the middle of the crossfire.
Okay, this is something he's promising to the country, and he's gonna have to implement.
And look how they singled this out. Look at this. They just singled it for some reason. Why did they think that this was the shot to take? These the only two people on the screen, fam. Why he talking? Let's look at this bitch.
In a way he feel that can fit.
Okay, so can I just ask though, what would you see this plan for the first year for us if he's reelected?
I'm not part of the administration. Well, I'm here for.
Look at that.
Here to talk to both administrations about the contract with Black America. The platinum plan is not mine. Didn't name it. Didn't put it together. All I did.
Look at that.
Was meet about the
how
contract
she's
with
moving.
Black America and added some things. And I'm willing to meet with both sides. They can add some things or not. It's fine.
And they ran.
Yeah, she was. You can, like I said, I'm a good reader of body language. That's how I could tell just by looking at her and the movements that she was making when she wasn't talking, that she was annoyed and not in a good way. Like the moving of the eyes, like she wanted to roll them, or her flipping her weave back and playing with her earrings and leaning forward and playing with her fingers. And like, because you know why it's so easy for us to say that? Because we've seen that behavior in real life.
Yeah, I'm about to say, this is every argument I've ever had with all the ex-chicks. I looked at this body like, oh, look, let me, hey man, tell me y'all ain't seen these three faces with chicks you know it ain't going nowhere with. This the one that wants to, okay, LeVar, but you're not listening. This the arguing and one clap. This the quiet one that's gonna break out and start crying and then tell you why you wrong. I've dated all of these women, is what I'm trying to say. Always want to tell me where I'm wrong and shit. Mm-hmm. We gotta go back to where we
I'm here to talk to both administrations about the contract with Black America. The platinum plan is not mine. Didn't name it. Didn't put it together. All I did was meet about the contract with Black America and added some things. And I'm willing to meet with both sides. They can add some things or not. It's fine.
And they ran off immediately and did statements that you're basically a Republican now.
Did you hear that?
That's on them, not on me.
Okay.
That's on them, that's not on me.
I just want to make sure we get clear. At the same time, I gotta ask a question, y'all. With over 20,000 lives told to the American people by this president, I'm a former friend of Donald Trump. I work with them. I made money with him.
Did you hear what she said though? Was that Vivica that said that? She said, so basically now you're a Republican.
What?
You didn't catch that?
Nah, hold up.
Yeah, go back and read that and go back and play that part back.
I'm not getting 1/4. Okay, this is something he's promising to the country, and he's gonna have to implement it in a way he feel that can fit.
Okay, so can I just ask though, what would you see this plan doing for the first year for us if he's reelected?
I'm not part of the administration.
Well,
I'm here for Black people. I'm here to talk to both administrations about the contract with Black America. The platinum plan is not mine. Didn't name it. Didn't put it together. All I did was meet about the contract with Black America. They added some things, and I'm willing to meet with both sides. They can add some things or not. It's
And you know, they ran on it immediately and did statements that you're basically a Republican now.
There it is, right there. Pause it.
that's on them, that ain't on me.
Okay.
That's on them, that's not on me.
If we cannot talk at the same time, I gotta ask the question, y'all. With over 20,000 lives.
So this bitch say they basically ran off and told a story talking about you're a Republican. That's on them, that's not on me. Okay, I just want clarity. Well, bitch, you was running around with a big tall head steroid using motherfucker that just said vote for Trump. Talk about that, bitch.
Ooh. While I'm not gonna say that, but you know what I was going.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was told to the American people by this president. I'm a former friend of Donald Trump. I work with them. I made money with him. Personally, it would have.
Oh snap! LVZ fell off.
Oh shit! I'm back, Tori.
Okay.
Okay,
I was getting worried there for a second. I was like, damn, it was getting good.
me out my own shit. Fuck y'all. All right, let's go back to what Claudia Coonan ass said. She would be better off if she worked for Big Daddy Trump. That's what let's go back to
To
this.
support him. Fines would be.
And she said it would have served her better.
Ran on it immediately and did statements that you're basically a Republican now.
That's on them, that ain't on me.
Okay.
That's on them, that's not on me.
If we cannot talk at the same time, I gotta ask a question, y'all. With over 20,000 lives told to the American people by this president, I'm a former friend of Donald Trump. I work with them. I made money with him. Personally, it would have served me better to still stay on his side. Why would you believe after he gets black votes, his whole goal from 3 years ago was to siphon 20% of the black male vote to cross over to vote to support him? Why would we believe that he has, once he gets reelected, he will follow through with any of these plans, as opposed to Joe Biden and Kamala, who would be in their first term and be more indebted to do the right thing to get reelected for a second term? Right. Why should we believe that Donald Trump would actually follow through? That's a legit question that I have.
He ain't followed through.
I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out because I'm not sure if he's gonna do it or not. I'm not sure what any of these guys are gonna do. All I know is we gotta push our agenda, no matter who's in there. And you know, in a perfect world, you know, the Biden campaign would have brought me in and we would have really talked about the plan, and they would have did, you know, great things to their plans to specifically target Black people, but they chose not to, and that's fine.
Now look at that.
I'm not a supporter of either one of them. That's what's the problem. I'm an independent person.
Now there you go, right there. He says it again. I'm not a supporter of either one of them. I'm an independent person. Corey Holcomb, you need to hear him say it again. Corey Holcomb, because he said he ain't never heard Cube say he ain't supporting.
And they would have did, you know, great things to their plans to specifically target Black people, but they chose not to, and that's fine.
No,
But the thing is, I'm not a supporter of neither one of them.
no, I'm saying,
Corey Holcomb, you big baloo the bear off tailspin looking nigga.
Target black people, but they chose not to, and that's fine. But the thing is, I'm not a supporter of neither one of them.
no, I'm saying, it's not true.
Let's do it again, Tori. My bad. I gotta do this for dumbass Corey Holcomb, Tori. I love Corey Holcomb, but when niggas say dumb shit,
I was watching 5150 last night, and I couldn't agree with a good amount of the stuff that he was saying.
I just watched it right before we went live.
They brought me in, and we really talked about the plan, and they would have did, great things to their plans to specifically target black people, but they chose not to, and that's fine. I'm not a supporter of neither one of them.
No, I'm saying,
That's what's the problem. I'm an independent person.
You don't have a conversation with the administration. If Biden wins and Kamala wins, it's not too late. So I don't think it's fair to dismiss what they are. But they're not empowering you.
Did you hear? Is that Selena Johnson?
That's that Selena Johnson chick.
Did you hear what she said?
It's not fair to dismiss them. He didn't dismiss them. They told him, "I'll catch you later, champ."
He's still trying to make a claim for the Democrats and saying how it's still not too late. They're just not in power right now.
You can still make a campaign promise. That's what campaign. He wasn't in power when he said, "I'm gonna build the wall and I'm gonna kick these goddamn Migos out." Was he in power when he said that? Was he in power when he said that?
Who, 45?
Yes. Was he in power, or was that a campaign promise?
That was a campaign. He that's all he spouted through the first run of his campaign back in 2016 was build the wall and deportation. That's all you really heard.
And remember, the white supremacists were really excited because he was using a lot of their dog whistle terminology.
Mm-hmm.
In power, we're not even in power in Congress.
You can't make campaign promises.
So why
they have. That's what the
plan. Make the promise when they're in office.
Well, they put out the Lift Every Voice Can Sing plan. That is their promise to America and to the world. So the thing is, you can always promise the people who put you in power something more than what you just came up with. You gotta. Especially when you know there's so much more that needs to be done. And he knows that there's so much that falls short in that plan when it comes to actually helping black people, minority, people of color, diversity, all those are trick words, and black people don't necessarily get a tenth of that. So we have to really be smart and really make sure that money.
Look at this after he said that. Look at this bit. Lean back in his chair.
She is melting in that. Like she just had water thrown on her.
Look, I told you these are all three chicks that you run from. These are the faces you've seen.
And you know what else it is? They are giving the typical intersectionality argument. And you know that does not help black people at all. Well, at least a certain sector of black people.
You know the problem with that women shit. Then they go, "Well, we're your plan for gays. We're your plan for black midgets. We're your plan for black transgenders. We're your plan for black hunchbacks. We're your plan for black people with flat feet. We're your plan for black people with noses like Kuncino. We're your plan."
And little do they know, all those plans that they trying to get for all those other people, they'll put those plans in motion for them. And guess what? You'll be put on the back burner. All you was the footstool. And you was willingly allowing yourself to be that footstool. So now what? But hey, this is the backbone of the community. So they say.
Right, exactly. Now look, I'm trying to figure out What exactly? She still ain't saying what specifically women need. This shit is crazy. But listen, let's keep going.
Touching the hands of the people who have really struggled in this country for hundreds of years.
I you said that the Biden campaign didn't reach out to you, and when you said first, you said
they did reach out. They didn't want to. They said we'll hook up after the election.
And to be fair, they're not the power and party right now. I want to ask you this if this is true, because I have learned from one of my courses that you were contacted for the Zoom call with Kamala Harris, with D.L. Hughley.
Listen to this shit right here, y'all. Now listen to this stupid shit they try right here. Listen to this.
And when you said first, you said
they did reach out. They didn't want to. They said we'll hook up after the election.
And to be fair, they're not the power and party right now. I want to ask you this if this is true, because I have learned from one of my courses that you were contacted for the Zoom call with Kamala Harris, with D.L. Hughley, Snoop Dogg, you, Killer Mike. They were all on the call, and you were not on the call. And that was in September. And why? So you said they didn't reach out. You said the Democrats didn't reach out, but Kamala Harris's folks reached out to you and wanted you to be on the Zoom call because they thought your voice was important. Why did you not participate? Did you not participate in that?
Well, we have spent, a lot of people time putting the contract with Black America together. And, I just thought that getting on a Zoom call with 12 other entertainers all shooting what they believe needs to be done, to me, wasn't going to be productive. And I was also, because my lawyer, Matt Johnson, has a connection with Kamala Harris, and I was promised a call that I never received. So, that's why I didn't feel like I wanted to be on that Zoom call. So I feel like our plan is so broad that you can't talk about it with 12 other people who had nothing to do with it. And these are a lot of things that really need to get done. So I wanted to have a serious conversation and not just a rally.
So it was gonna be Killer Mike, Snoop Dogg, T.I., and Kamala Harris. And that was supposed to be where he was supposed to sit down and talk seriously about a bunch of buffoons.
Right. He would have been a fool to sit down with them. And I'm glad that he did not do it.
What type of shit? Thank you, Lana. That is basically The Apprentice again. That's just The Apprentice starring Kamala Harris and a bunch of rappers she claimed to listen to in high school, but she too old to have heard. Let's listen to the rest of this shit, see.
Cry kind of conversation.
But you said talk to anyone that would.
Look at this bitch. But you said that's Selena Johnson.
So broad that you can't talk about it with 12 other people who had nothing to do with it. And these are a lot of things that really need to get done. So I wanted to have a serious conversation and not just a rally cry kind of conversation.
But you said talk to anyone that was willing to help. You said you were.
I am, but I just said.
And right there, they trying to get. And see, right there, they trying to get something started.
I never got that call. So when you hear that, you're waiting for that call. It never came.
So no kind of way don't work if it's not the way that you started. You want. Got it.
Well, I want to get.
Look at this bitch here. That's that Selena Johnson. So no kind of way. So bitch, yeah. Look at this bitch. And look, she think that was a good question. She looking at it like these bitches. See, so Lisa Ray, I apologize. My only problem with you is you should have known Dwayne Martin ain't shit, and that you shouldn't have married no Prince Hakeem from Zamunda, because that shit ain't gonna work. But let's go, bro. You should have married foundational nigga.
Get things done. I don't want to just spin my wheels, talk to people who can't really make it happen. So I didn't want to just Well,
the vice presidential
when
candidate.
I had it, listen, because I had the conversation. What
Did them bitches just say how we know Kamala Harris can't make it happen? Well, let me try this way. As Attorney General, all she did, since y'all love black women so much, look at this bitch right here, y'all.
She can barely open up her eyes.
As Attorney General,
what was their facial expression when he told them to listen?
Oh, Jesus. Probably worse than that.
They probably clutched their invisible pearls. Like,
they invisible middle finger. Look. So, this bitch said how we know Kamala Harris ain't gonna get it done. Let's start with San Francisco. Attorney General. All she did was lock up black men who were innocent and take the sides of the police. And I love black women. And they love black women so much. Why they don't talk about all the black women that she locked up because they was homeless?
We can bring it up. We can bring it up even to current, because when they were asking her about the outcome of what happened with Breonna Taylor, she tried to give this politically correct answer, and it was a simple yes or no question. And I was like, see, there you go. But they ain't gonna talk about that. But they all about, black women empowerment and, getting justice for Breonna Taylor. I said, y'all are so fake.
Right. That don't make no sense. Let's go, Vivica.
And I had the Zoom call with the DNC, the Democratic Party. We was on the call for probably over 45 minutes, and we never even got to the contract with Black America. We never went through any of the points that needs to be dealt with when it comes to the situation in this country.
So, despite the points we brought up, Kamala Harris actually holding public office in California and not only not doing anything for Black Americans, but doing things to Black Americans. Now we hear that Ice Cube talked to the head of the DNC for 45 minutes, and they never even mentioned the contract with Black America.
No one else has a plan that deals with as many issues that this administration or any administration could fix if they had the political will. And you have to give them the political will. And that's what's being done. So I didn't want to put anybody on blast for that, but since they saying I didn't jump on the call, it's because I was promised a call where we can actually deal with this in a serious manner. And it wasn't just what I considered a rally call.
But I feel like that actually could have been okay, because you could have led the call and had supporters on listening to what it was that you're trying to get them to be able to help rally with the initiative.
I had been doing press about the contract with Black America outside of that, so I was using my press to promote the contract, not just to them dudes on the call.
And we know that they don't. But why this bitch looking like this?
But to all of America, to all of Black America, that's where my thing is. So I wasn't on the call, but that doesn't mean we couldn't have a call. So that's what happened. And I don't feel like I made a mistake for not being on the call.
I will tell you, we have to wrap the show way over, but I just want to say, Keith, I heard what you're saying, but I just want you to know, as Black women, how we feel with, there's no mention specifically of Black women in the contract of Black America.
You were right to it again.
You do write that up.
We're not here
jumping on calling.
We all black, so we all.
We're not meeting up with Jared Kushner and Donald Trump about this. You are.
No, he's not, bitch. Did you hear that? Listen to that. Listen to what she just said.
Yeah, they bought the, trying to separate black women from black people again.
I will tell you, we have to wrap. I'm sure we're way over, but I just want to say, Q, I hear what you're saying, but I just want you to know, as black women, how we would feel with, there's no mention specifically of black women in the concept of Black America. They do have to
stand on top of that. I just told you can write that up.
We're not out here jumping on calling.
We are black, so we are.
We're not meeting up with Jared Kushner and Donald Trump about this. You are. So you can't say, well, if you don't like it, add to it. You're out here. You took that job. You took that position.
I'll write up the black woman's part of the contract for you. And how many words do y'all want it to be? The thing is, you guys are the experts, but here we go again. You just want to talk. Nobody want to help me. Just want to talk. But y'all the experts on black women, so why won't y'all help me? See,
Wait, pause it.
This has already been sent.
See?
As soon as he said that and put them in their place, he said, well, since y'all are experts on black women, why don't you help me with that part? And what did they come back? I was like, that's why I called them a bunch of harpies. That's what harpies do when they are around each other. A bunch of hyenas. When they're bickering, that's what they sound like. It sounds like a foreign language.
Look at this shit. Look at their faces when he hit their ass with that motherfucking nail.
Write that up.
We're not out here jumping on calling.
We all black, so we all.
We're not meeting up with Jared Kushner and Donald Trump about this. You are. So you can't say, well, if you don't like it, add to it. You're out here. You took that job. You took that position.
I'll write it up. I'll write up the black woman's part of the contract for you.
Yeah.
How many words do y'all want it to be? The thing is, you guys are the experts, but here we go again. You just want to talk. Nobody want to help me. Just want to talk. But y'all the experts on black women, so why won't y'all help me? See, that's the problem.
You saw how Vivica came up with the hand, with the finger.
Yeah,
there it is. The finger wagging. There it is.
Out of all of that, nobody had any actual issue for black women that was separate. See, out of all of that fussing, all of that cackling, all of that noise making, the only person that had really something for our people was Q.
Mm-hmm. Y'all help me. See, that's the problem.
I'm laughing because it's comedy at this point.
Right.
So
we're way over. I wish we would have you for more time because I feel like you have a lot to say. You're very influential, and we appreciate this. And I hope we can respectfully debate and no feelings hurt. I don't think you are the type that would get hurt. I appreciate y'all. I wish we could have you back to have more of this conversation. Would you be open to come back here?
Of course, we family, and can't nobody hurt my family can't hurt my kid.
Because we're running out of time.
He probably wanted to say something else. He was being PC with that response.
We really wanted to dig deep about the black women part. I think it's very important. And lift every voice part versus the contract with Black America. I feel like there's more on the table, and I don't want to be disrespectful to your perspective and to the perspective of black women. I would love to invite back before the election. If you have time, I would love to do that. Do part 2 with Ice Cube. We gotta break now. Brother, I know your intent is good. We just don't like who you rocking with, but we know I ain't rocking with nobody.
Did you hear that?
We play that part again?
Rocking with. We don't like who you rocking with.
Who said that?
And then she tried. That was the Claudia bit. And then she go again with this. Here she go again with this damn. Here she go again with this. You with Trump? You rocking with Trump? She want to make him a Trump supporter. She has to make him a Trump supporter. The contract with Black America has to be the platinum plan. And then she has to split up Black women and Black men. She has to. She continues to do it. She did it 3 or 4 times. She did it 3, and then at the end, we have to do the Black women part. Never saying what the Black part was.
And then when he said, you know what, if people would help me, then if you wanted to handle the Black woman part, then you can help me out with that. And they got upset even more. So it's like, what do you want? Like, see, this couldn't be me. I am too petty for that, because I would be the one to clap back at them and say, is it your time of the month?
The first thing I would have asked him was well, what is it specifically that differs from Black women that Black men are going through that don't involve Black women? Look, if you think me going to jail don't involve you, that's a problem. Me doing jail time involves you. Me not getting a job because of felonies involve you. Whether you like it or not, it affects you.
Exactly. But they trying to separate themselves from the group, like they'll really make it on their own.
Yeah, it affects you.
I guess. All I'm gonna say is this: just say that his plan goes through and is successful, hypothetically speaking. Look back on all these interviews he did and all the people that had something to say about them, and watch them all had their hand out. They gonna do it. They are going to do it. I bet.
So these motherfuckers beef is that he's talking to the people in charge saying, motherfucker, this is what we need. You ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to wait for who I like to be in charge. Then ask them to not do nothing. That's their point. The point is that really, the argument they making, Torian, is that you not talking to who I like, and because of that, you selling out.
And the thing is, he said that he wanted to meet with them, and that's what they told him. So what was he supposed to do? Just sit by on his hands and wait for that time to maybe come, or just go with the other option? And because they could have. Here's the thing, they could have turned him down too. But the fact that he even talked to them, they would have still felt some type of way just for talking to them and bringing that idea to them. What they're saying is he should have only talked to people over with Joe Biden. That's it. That's what they're saying.
That would be stupid. You would only ask a loser to do some loser shit.
Exactly. You can tell none of them, or the people that's coming at him like that, are not business minded at all. And I'm gonna keep a mental note of all those people. And if they got some kind of business endeavor, I would not support it. Just off of the fact, not because of what they did or what they're doing now with Q, but I can tell they just don't know how to conduct good business.
These motherfuckers is crazy. And then again, why are unqualified people allowed to have shows and talk on shit that they are not subject to be qualified on? This stupid bitch just said because Ice Cube to other people and thought up something, he's the only person qualified to think of something for Black women. He was supposed to think. No, bitch. It's shit that he missed in that plan for Black men. I'm quite sure he didn't think of it. That shit happens. Nobody's fucking perfect.
That's the whole thing. Nobody perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
but they expect him to jump. They expect him to jump through fire lit hula hoops and stuff like he's some kind of a circus tiger.
right.
But it's like someone else has said in the chat. This was worse than the Roland Martin one.
Yes, it was. It was worse than the CNN one too. Roland Martin wasn't even this bad with that bad wench on there, and her trying to blame Ice Cube for fucking white folks sending her death threats. I'm getting death threats. I need security. Bitch, we all get death threats. I've been getting death threats since I got on YouTube. Where was it? Sit by you a gun and tell them niggas bring their ass. That's what you do. That's it. You want to know how I handle death threats? I got guns. And I send text messages to people who try to hack my phone number with a picture of me holding my shit saying, bring your ass. I hope you know my address because I know who don't know my address.
This whole thing right here could have been one big case study. Like this thing could be examined and studied and put for scientific purposes.
Right. Look, Ice Cube, you better not go. Ice Cube, why are you not going on the Black channel? If you going on all these controversial channels, why not go on the channel where
But you know what? But I'm going to cut you off. But you know what? I'm actually glad that he is, because now it's revealing everybody's true colors. I wouldn't be surprised if they set it up that way so they could expose themselves for who they truly are. Some of them we already knew what they were all about, but some of them you kind of had to pull them out of the shadows a little bit, like this one right here.
I like
because they sound like some straight up clowns.
Right, Lisa Ray saved her motherfucker image today.
Yeah, she only talked probably for a total of maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, and she talked in the beginning, and she went on and said, "Look, I didn't understand," and basically she broke down the thing of a lot of people. I'm not political. I don't know nothing about politics, which is the dumbest thing a black person could ever say. Malcolm X lets you know a long time ago, every black birth is political. Therefore, you not knowing about politics is not a fucking excuse. It's not an excuse. You're supposed to know about politics because all that shit know about you. Trust me. Oh, I don't know about politics. Guess what? Politics know about your stupid ass. They know a lot about you. It knows so much about you that the shit it do is based on how they suppress you and who gonna suppress you. Who gonna be your oppressor? You better know about some politics, because trust me, politics knows about you. And that's what Lisa Ray was trying to say. I ain't political, so I don't really know what was said, but what I know is I know you, and I know you've been a rider. So
and you can tell her cohorts don't know politics either.
No.
Because you can tell there's a lot of stuff they don't know besides just politics.
Because when they were sitting there talking about how we know Kamala Harris ain't gonna do nothing, bitch, she already been in office and didn't do nothing for her. That's look, how do I know? The fact that she been in office and didn't do anything for us. And then she talk about, and then Vivica Fox, Birdhead, they talked about kids in cages. They talked about people going, that's Migos going to Trump arguing. How come we the only people without a representative that can talk to this motherfucker?
But like I said, when she said that, that's that intersectionality crowd, the one that got to include everybody in the group or in the bunch and then put us on the back burner. When Claudia was pushing that whole, oh, where's the stuff about black women? Even though Q said it twice that he said black people, so you're included in that. That was that intersectionality talk. That's why I said that thing does not work for black people.
Right. And black people that think like that, they not people that we need in this fight. And I think y'all should troll this lady's Twitter, this Claudia Johnson, and explain to her, especially the sisters. I think y'all should find Claudia Johnson, Vivica Fox, and Salena Johnson, and let them know that the plight of your men is your plight too. Let them know, Quita. Let them know, bitch, I got a son. Lana, let them know, bitch, I got a son. Salima, let them know we got kids, moms, we got dads. When he say black people, we under that umbrella. Go to their Instagrams, go to their Twitters, and let these motherfuckers know. Hey, look, it ain't no such thing as a separate issue for black women.
Right.
My brother getting locked up is just as important as my sister getting locked up. My brother getting shot by the police is just as important as my sister getting. What do I need is look, black women, y'all literally been running the community the last 40 years. What the fuck do y'all need more? Let's keep it for real.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all literally had, they keep saying it. Y'all been running the community. I agree with that. Y'all been the backbone of the community. I agree with that. Then what else do y'all need?
And also add on to that, y'all should not have wanted the title of being the backbone of the community.
Exactly. That was basically saying your son ain't nothing but a weak bitch. That's what y'all was saying when y'all the backbone of the community. Well, then who the fuck are y'all gonna be?
Mm-hmm. Because that reminds me of a video I saw on Twitter. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I think I talked about it in the live stream, where, you know, like you always have a lot of black women say that we on the front lines fighting for y'all, and you know, the usual spill. And then it was a bunch of women on the front line, and it was a black guy with a bullhorn, kind of remind me of Joe Clark from Lean On Me, just not as old, but he had a bullhorn, and he was basically getting them lined up in like a formation, like getting them lined up, getting ready, you know, getting them prepared for what they were about to deal with. And then you had a whole bunch of harpies like the ones on this panel that we just had the displeasure of listening to, talking about why you got them on the front lines like that. Why are you not up there? Why are you not being a man? What is he doing? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So you just said for the last, I don't know how many years, that you are doing this, you are doing that on the behalf of black men, even though many of you are only doing this for a like on Instagram or retweet on Twitter or like. And now that this guy is forming them up, you're mad. Oh, it's because it's a man doing it. That's really what it boils down to. That's why it's basically anti-black male misandry. And that's a topic that they don't like to talk about.
Yeah. That little bird head, box head bitch. They said, I hate black men. I mean, I just hate them. Well, bitch, your daddy issues only show that you have a problem, bitch. That's all it shows. Ain't nothing wrong with us because we ain't doing nothing to you. We existing in our own being, despite a lot of you motherfucking bitches run around off code. I ain't saying a lot of our women like you. I'm saying it's a lot of y'all run around off code like that. And y'all run around bitter because y'all can't find a good man because y'all want to be a good man. Let's just keep it on.
And I said, look out for when they got that septum ring.
Right.
And that's what's bothering y'all. You can't find a you. But the problem is you're not a man.
Exactly. Play your role, play your position. It is nothing wrong with you being a woman.
Right.
Most women I know who are steeped in their femininity say they love being a woman and love everything about being a woman. And say they would not even, they said if they died and come back, they would still want to come back as a woman.
As a woman. And it's because they smart.
Right.
Those are smart women that know come back as a woman. But then you got these three bitter bitches attacking our brother. And look, we need to let them know, y'all, that we see you, nigga. Your wig's on crooked. What did I
tell you about the woman wearing a crooked wig? Do not trust her.
We see you, nigga. Your wig. And when you got on that crooked wig, Torian said it best. We can't trust you. You like the nigga, you like the black man with no facial hair. A black woman with a crooked wig is like the black man with no facial hair. You better look out for him.
You hear that, Daniel Cameron?
Daniel Cameron?
Yes. He's about to be out on his. Ooh. Hey, his time is almost up.
Hey, look, this is beautiful if that happens, because you know what that's going to signify to the coons? Mm-hmm. That look, we can't help you no more.
Exactly.
Hey, I wanted to touch on that real quick before we get out of here, y'all. If we can get pressure to get Daniel Cameron arrested and do
I think that might be coming. I think that might be coming, to be quite honest, especially with what recently just came out where the judge said that juror is allowed to pretty much spill the beans. And listen, we gonna be sitting here waiting to hear what they gotta say. We can't wait to hear. We want to hear all of it.
Torian, the fact that a coon might go to jail is the really big deal to me, though, because it's white supremacy saying, "Hey, we can't save you if they come to get you."
Exactly. First off, he was never even on our side. Like you are Mitch McConnell's protege. That says all we need to know about you.
Yep. You Moscow segregation McConnell motherfucking hand puppet. That alone lets us know you're an enemy of ours. But then you pull some shit like this, and now these Kentucky governors, these Kentucky judges, may let you go down in flames, dude. And if you go down,
that's it.
This would be a signal to all the coons, like I've been telling you from the get-go. Cooning won't save you. It won't save them for you. And
it better not.
And I hope upon hope that we get more information every day. And I hope that they lock that motherfucker in the general population.
Exactly.
Gen Pop. And they lock him up with the Aryan Nation since he won't be white. And after they finish with him, he'll really wish he was black.
I said his smile turned upside down for the last couple of days because he's always smiling, trying to show all 32 teeth. But lately he's been looking kind of sad.
I'm about to say I can't even see his molars no more. You know a motherfucker smile when you see their molars. Nigga, I can see his wisdom teeth. The nigga smile so hard.
And I said when he be smiling, you can see that side slobber. You know that side slobber like a dog.
Yeah, because your mouth ain't supposed to stretch that wide. Your mouth ain't supposed to stretch that wide. Crazy, man. But thanks, Tori, for joining me on chopping it up against these two hair hat bed wenches right here with wigs.
But like I said, we go listen. I told people on Twitter, November 3rd is going to be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
That listen, when that day comes, we need to have like one big live stream, like me, you, Lisa, True Royal Family, Nicole, Harvey, like all of us, like do
All
one,
of it. Yeah.
like
Yeah, we
because
should.
that right there is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we should do a huge live
Like-
stream for the election. Why are we doing this? We don't care. Oh, we only doing it because we want to see the Peckerwood's reaction.
Oh, they're gonna be mad either way. They are going to be mad. I'm prepared.
I'm about to say we gotta be prepared both ways, Tori. You look, you got to have your tissue or your pistol, but be prepared.
Right.
Be very, very prepared.
Like that song and like that song in the Lion King. Be prepared.
Exactly. But shit, bro, let me get on out of here. Thanks for chopping it up with me. Shouts out to all y'all family.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate you.
Definitely. We're gonna do this again, y'all. And like Tori say, yeah, we're gonna do that live stream. We're gonna all put our heads together and see how we can do that. Cause yeah, y'all, we need that. We need that. So shouts out to y'all and peace and much love to Ice Cube. Fuck a bed wench. I'm out.